high score, bridging every educational divide.
All right, we want to talk about, in this lecture, we're talking about the concept of position as is being used in physics. Now, the position of a body is simply defined as the location of that body, that is, the point where that body is. The location of a body is the same as its position. For example, if we mention any city in the world, we should be able to tell the particular place, the country or the continent or even the state in which that city is. For example, we have a country like Lesotho. Lesotho is a country located in the southern part of Africa. In the southern part of Africa. To do this, we must have a reference. This reference now is southern part of Africa. Another example, we have Abuja. Abuja is a city towards the northern part of Nigeria, or you can say the middle belt. Okay, so we should be able to define the position of a body with a reference. Okay, another example, we can have another city. Let's say we have a city like Calabar. You can say the Calabar is the southern part of Nigeria. So with all these things now, it is inferred that to define the position of anybody, there must be a reference. And to have this reference, we must always have a defined frame. Now in physics, reference in physics have been made simple by using just two frames, which we call a coordinate. So to define a point or a location or a position in physics, we usually make use of what? A reference called the Cartesian plane. Now the Cartesian plane is just a means of defining the position of a body respect to its position from the x-axis and horizontal axis. That is, how far is that body from the origin of horizontal axis, x-axis, and the vertical y-axis. To clearly show this, let's assume we have a reference this way, so that we have a vertical y-axis, and we also have a horizontal x-axis in this way. Now, what it means is that this point is our y-axis, positive side. This part is y-axis, negative side. Now this part is x-axis, x positive or positive x. This side is x negative. Now let's assume we have this to be, this place is point 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this side we have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. This side we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. And we have here negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, so on and so forth. So any point we have on this plane, we always have two coordinates. Now let's assume we have a point here. We have this point here as A. Point A. This is point A. It simply means that this point A is located 0, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points to the left, sorry, to the right, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points, sorry, 1, 2, 3, please. 3 points to the positive x direction, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points to the positive y direction. So A coordinate can be written as A into brackets the first coordinate is always x in this form, x comma y, which is for x as this corresponds to 3. So 3 comma and y axis is 4. So in a nutshell, the location of a point A respect to two-dimensional plane is 3 comma 4. y3 is the x axis direction location and 4 is the y axis direction. So now we have been able to use x and y axis to showcase the location of a point A. Location of a point A. Now another thing you have to know is that for the two coordinates, for these two notation, the x axis value is always called the abscissa. While the x-axis is called the abscissa, the y-axis is usually called the ordinate. Yes. So the ordinate of point A now is 4, while the abscissa is 3. But the normal way to write it is always writing the x-axis first before the y-axis. So 3 comma 4. Now let's pick up another point. Another point, we can have another point to be somewhere here. Let's have another point somewhere here. Okay, with this now, this is point B. To locate this point B coordinates, we look at the origin. This is 1, 2. That is, B is at point -2. That is 2 points to the left or the negative x-axis, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 points to the negative y-axis. So -2 to the negative x-axis, -4 to the negative y-axis. All right, so that is how we showcase the position of a body in physics. So we normally do that using the Cartesian plane, which is denoted or described by the vertical axis and horizontal axis. All right, now we want to look at the distance between 2 points on a Cartesian plane. That is, how to find the distance between 2 points or 2 locations or 2 positions in a two-dimensional plane. All right, let's kick off. Let's assume we have 2 points. We have a point P. We have a point here, point P. And this point P, we obviously have coordinates xp, comma, yp. And another point, let's say we have another point Q. This point Q is having coordinates xq, comma, yq. Yes. So, respect to x and y axis, the point P will be having a x value of xp and y value of yp. Yes. Correspondingly, Q will have an x value of xq and y value of yq. Yes, yq.